Neverwinter players. This video is about the new Mod 20 Sharndar and more changes. So Mod 20 for the PC should be out today. Hopefully I'll have this released before we get the news. As we move through this video together, please hit that like button and thank you. As many of you know by now, they had some glitches for the last attempted release, but it happens. I'm not a coder, and these things must be a challenge. So if you didn't know, it should be out today. So we can all keep our fingers crossed about that. And I guess while they were getting this ready again, they noticed there were some other changes that needed to take place. There were a few other issues. But first I want to mention, if you haven't seen it, there is a new dungeon called the Vault of Stars, where you get to fight 3 new bosses with a new bunch of rewards. And you may uncover the secrets of the Unseelie Fae. Now, I haven't run the Vault of Stars yet in preview. I don't like to waste a whole lot of time over there, as some of you know. But I hear it's fun. Hard but fun. Old Sharndar content will no longer be available. So players who have unclaimed rewards from the completed campaign tasks from Fury of the Feywild will automatically, or they say should automatically receive those rewards when you log in. Keep my fingers crossed for you if you have any unclaimed rewards. And the Sharndar Signet of Patronage can now be traded in at the Antiquities Scholar. So it looks like they loop back around to take care of that. That's kind of nice. Changes to your character sheet. The stat ratings now display as green when they're 0 to 1,000 above your item level. That has been increased from 0 to 100. And Divine Armor and Blessed Divine Armor pieces are now bound to account on pickup, so they don't bind onto the character on pickup. But if you already have it, it's not going to change if it's already in your inventory. There were some changes to mounts. Your mount bolster tooltip now shows the proper item level contribution. It was giving higher numbers before, so they fixed that. A very helpful mount power rejuvenating favor has also been added to the butterfly wings mount. Now, if you already have that mount in your stable, you can now claim that power, but you have to get it from the rewards claim agent. The Descent into Avernus campaign now has a campaign buyout available, so that's good. Acquisitions Incorporated has had their campaign buyout reduced by 1,000 Zen. So it was 3,000, now it's 2,000. Much better price. They made some changes to some of the enemies in the encounters. In Castle Ravenloft, the Sisters of Strahd now have less health. They were just adjusted not too long ago, as I remember, but I guess they moved it down even more. Unfortunately, in the Rise of Tiamat, enemies once again respawn during defending the clerics, the first phase of the trial. It was kind of nice not having to go through that twice every time you were in there when you were running your daily dungeon queues for those Astral Diamonds, but they fixed it. So it's back. The Infernal Citadel has had some difficulty with the bosses adjusted. We'll see how that works out. When it comes to the Redeemed Citadel, if you've been working on that, it will end with the launch of Module 20. Or Mod 20 Sharndar. So the daily and weekly resource purchases have been removed from Zeryl's Trader. So be aware of that. They've changed some of the difficulty and the damage that was done by some of the combatants in different dungeon areas. For instance, Batiri Shaman enemies are a little easier to kill. They're more in line with some of the other enemies. Ross's Defiant Souls are no longer extremely difficult to kill. If you've run that dungeon, got all the way to the end, it was rough. In fact, it's the dungeon I'm in right now. But they've had some other changes to some of the other monsters you encounter. There were some changes to the wizard. The Shard of Endless Avalanche has been replaced by a new power, Arcane Tempest. So we'll see how good that is. And, as you know, if it's too good, it'll change again. But that's just how it is. Tanks have been changed so they can hold threat more easily, so hopefully that'll work out. And for the Paladins, Divine Shelter now heals for 265 magnitude. That's up a little bit. There were some adjustments to companions. The Cold Iron Warrior isn't quite as effective, doesn't deal quite as much damage anymore. The same is also true for the Vicious Direwolf and the Quickling. Oxstat's instincts can now be properly slotted in the universal slot. There were some changes to healing again. Spells like the Warlock Revitalize, the Cleric's Bastion of Health, and Paladin's Divine Touch will no longer affect companions. They did that to make it easier for targeting and better healing of other players. And there was a change to the Mirage weapon set. It's no longer dealing excessive damage. They feel it was excessive. Players that had it, I'm sure, were happy, but you know, if it's too good to be true, it might be. It might be changed soon. Always be aware of that. Harold's decree now functions outside a party, and defense preparation now grants 10% towards defense when it triggers. Now you know about some more of the most recent changes, and let's hope Mod 20 Shardar is a great success. Thanks for watching.